A young man, Amaru, kneels beside a dying plant in a small garden patch. He sighs in frustration, wiping sweat from his brow. Nearby, his tools lay scattered, forgotten in his exasperation. He worked hard, he tried, but nothing changed. Doubt crept into his mind. Perhaps some people simply weren't meant to succeed. He slumps against a stone pillar, staring at the grand gardens above him, perfect, lush, eternal. A stark contrast to his own failing patch. Footsteps echo on the stone path. Amaru looks up to see King Nebuchadnezzar II, clad in royal robes, studying him with a knowing gaze. The king steps forward, kneeling by the withered plant. Turning to Amaru, the king studied the young man's expression before speaking. He asked if the hanging gardens had been built in a single day. The question caught Amaru off guard. He hesitated before answering, acknowledging that they had not, but assumed the greatest minds of Babylon had crafted them with unmatched skill. The king chuckled, amused by the response. He agreed that skill had played a role, but explained that skill alone had not made the gardens flourish. He gestured for the young man to follow. Together, they walked along the terraces, stopping by a channel where water flowed steadily from an unseen source. The king spoke again, comparing the river's steady movement to success. He explained that the Tigris did not question its path, nor did it rely on motivation. It simply moved, and in moving, it shaped the land. He turned to the young man and told him that he, too, must act like the river, not with bursts of passion, but with steady, unwavering effort. He explained that the gardens did not thrive because of a single day's labor, but because they were tended every day. Amaru absorbed the words, his frustration shifting to realization. Amaru, disciplined in his efforts, waters his plants every morning, pulls weeds without fail, and tends to the soil regardless of mood. Days turn to weeks, and finally, sprouts emerge from the once barren patch. One morning, Amaru oversleeps. He stares at the neglected plant, doubt creeping back in. Exhaling, he shakes his head and forces himself to tend to it anyway. The moment passes, and he continues on. A few days later, he steps back, breath hitching in awe. His small garden is now alive, flourishing. Amaru stands before the king once more, but this time, his hands are steady, his posture strong. He had once believed motivation would carry him, but now he understood. It was consistency that sustained greatness. The king nodded in approval, reinforcing the lesson. He reminded the young man that the river did not need motivation, it simply flowed. He told him to keep flowing, and in doing so, he would carve his own path to greatness. Motivation fades, but those who act despite it, they build empires. Greatness isn't built in a day. Start today, one step, every day. Subscribe for more wisdom.